Well, good day, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Well, so the other day, this package got delivered to my front courtyard, and initially I thought it was something I might have ordered online or something, but it turns out it is from Kim in Provo, Utah. Hey, what did Kim send me? Let's take a look. Well, let's see here. To Mr. Van Cleve, there is a letter. Okay, there's a secret thing. Okay, let's see what we got. First of all, everything is nicely bubble wrapped, Kim. Thank you very much for that. Oh my goodness, I know what this is. This is the Writer Keyboard Instructor. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So, you guys know probably about the AlphaSmart Neo, the keyboard with the text editor built in, very handy writing tool, a very typewriter-like digital writing device. An AlphaSmart 3000. This is a little different from the AlphaSmart Neo. And one of the things I noticed, it has a dedicated computer USB jack and then a dedicated printer connector. And it's kind of a translucent bluish cyan screen. It works. Yes. Wow, very cool. AlphaSmart 3000. These preceded the AlphaSmart Neos. Then, this little box, I know what it's for. I've been working on making a video for this, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. But what's the next thing? Okay, we have an AC adapter. I think we know what that is. Next, we have some software on a CD. And, yes, and Kim, you packed all this stuff really nice. Okay, this is interesting. This is called a Dream Writer. It is a keyboard with a large LC display, liquid crystal display, and I'm going to have to learn how to use this. And it looks like it's a rechargeable battery pack. There's two little feet that prop it up. It looks like it has a printer, parallel printer connector, a serial connector, and a 6-volt charger and a contrast adjustment for the LCD, and a memory card slot. This is called the Dream Writer. How cool. So I guess this software is the Dream Writer software, but this box is for a project I've been working on. Okay, so you guys know about the AlphaSmarts, right? This is a different model from the Neo, but it's basically a word processor text editor built into a nice keyboard, a mobile device with pretty good battery life. Well, I had found this online, and I bought it, and I've been working toward making a video about it, but the reason why I haven't been able to make a video is because of the connectivity issues. The AlphaSmarts can connect to a computer with a USB A to B cable, and you can import the text pretty easily. This device here, called the Writer Plus, was made by a company called Advanced Keyboard Technologies. This is very much like a Neo, but it's more sophisticated. It has more memory features. You can put more named files in it. It's smaller than a Neo. It has a better display. I really like it in a lot of different ways. It has about a 300-hour battery life off of 3 AA batteries right there, similar to the AlphaSmart Neo in terms of battery life. But the most important thing about this, though, that is a challenge is connectivity. This does not have a USB connector. It has an infrared data link, and it has a RS-485 kind of a network cable jack in here, and there was special software that you had to use to make it run. Now, I went online and bought a generic infrared receiver to USB. And I can plug this into my computer, and the infrared receiver will light up when I do a send feature to send the text to the computer. So this thing will flicker and blink, and I know it's receiving it. But neither my Windows computer or my Mac will decode the text or the data into a text format, so it just ignores it. So this originally came with two devices. It came with a box that the teacher in a classroom would plug network cables in to each student's box to transfer files and all that, but it also had an infrared receiver. And that's what this appears to be that Kim from Provo, Utah sent me, is the Writer. It's the same brand as my Writer keyboard, and it is an infrared receiver, and it looks like it has a USB out. And so if I'm not mistaken, this might make the Writer Plus a practical device. Well, I have this Writer infrared box connected via a USB A to B cable into my Mac right here, and here's the keyboard itself, and I have a sticky note document open. And so I'm going to open this guy. Let's just write test typing. Okay, I'm going to put my cursor in this, send to computer, and we'll see what happens up here. I have to aim the keyboard at the infrared. Send to computer. The way the files are organized on this keyboard is designed for a student and teacher. It already has this template that tells you who the student was, who the teacher was, and then it has this good writing checklist at the end of it. So if you're going to use this keyboard for more serious, adult-based writing, you can certainly just delete that stuff off the document after you download it or upload it to your computer. So this was a little piece that I wrote. Last week, sitting in the car, I had this little Writer Plus keyboard, just kind of starting to work with it, and I really like the way it works. It's very much like an AlphaSmart Neo. Well, there you go. It looks like my little infrared box actually works for making this Writer Plus keyboard a practical tool. So I'm going to be doing a more solid review of this little keyboard in the future, but this is another one of those alternatives to the AlphaSmart Neos. And so we get to the subject of the letter. Dear Mr. Van Cleve, this is dated September 12th, 2020. And by the way, it only took 2 days to get from Provo, Utah to Albuquerque. I hope you don't mind receiving a couple of curiosities from me. I saw your name on the eBay auction of the Writer receiver, infrared receiver, and I thought you might be interested in these two keyboards. I looked on your YouTube offerings, and these two were absent, so I thought you might be interested in them. I am an English teacher in Provo, Utah, and have been using AlphaSmart 3000s in my classes to combat student distraction so prevalent with Chromebook usage. That's interesting. However, since I am in my final year and the COVID-19 response has caused me to teach online using Canvas, I have stopped using the AlphaSmarts. I've also grown tired of students telling me they can write faster on their phones, which she says is a fantasy. That's interesting. So I'm sending an AlphaSmart 3000 and a DreamWriter in hopes you'll find them intriguing. The DreamWriter was more ambitious as a writer but has difficulty transferring the text unless it's to a printer or old PC. Anyway, I just wanted to gift these to you as a thank you for your typewriter series on YouTube. Thank you, Kim. I enjoy my own Wheelwriter 15 and my brother EP43 and remind me of learning to touch type on a manual Olympia. With kind regards, Kim. Well, thank you very much, Kim. All right, let's plug this plug strip in. Power switch right here. A little button that presses. Hey, it beeps. Okay, so it has organizer menu, word processor menu, so that's WP. Ooh, text editor, and a file, clear text, printer, communicate, others. So we could hit enter, and wow, this is pretty cool. So this has a letter guide, like a typewriter, and it tells you the line and the column number, whether you're in caps, and all that. So there's all these embedded things like an electronic typewriter, superscripts, subscripts. Very interesting. Boy, this has a thesaurus and dictionary, copy and paste, and all kinds of stuff. Nice keyboard. So she alluded in her letter that it was difficult getting text out of this keyboard, and so I'm looking at the main menus. There's this communicate menu, and in that is a send file, X modem, receive file, X modem, receive, terminal mode, and a setup mode for the serial connector. So that's interesting. So maybe an older computer, we could configure this to talk to it with a serial cable, which is very interesting, like an old Windows machine or something. Well, I'm really pleased to see that this infrared box makes my Writer Plus keyboard work as a usable writing tool. That's exciting. And I'm excited to start using the AlphaSmart 3000 and this guy as well. So this is a whole family of these alternative text editor keyboards that were out in the 1990s, roughly, and early 2000s, and mostly used in the educational world. But writers found this peripheral usage in their lives. A lot of people were using them as writers, and there's still an avid fan base for the AlphaSmart products. Even after Renaissance Learning, the parent company, quit supporting them, there's still an avid community out there that are continuing to try to write new software for the AlphaSmarts and make them more up-to-date. But in the meantime, if you guys have an AlphaSmart, get it out and use it. They're basically like a typewriter. They, instead of typing to paper, they type to liquid crystal paper, if you want to look at it in those terms. So these things are very distraction-free writing tools, and that's what we like here. So this is Joe Van Cleve, and I just want to really thank Kim for her generosity. And this is going to be hopefully a wealth of more videos and more information about these obscure devices that hopefully won't be so obscure in the future. Well, the whole point of this is to encourage creativity, and I encourage you guys to stay creative and be well and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.